It's your first wedding anniversary, a full year of love and memories with Jungkook. The celebration is held at a beautiful hotel surrounded by friends and family. You are glowing in a stunning blue dress, and Jungkook can't stop smiling at you. Both of you are radiating happiness, remembering your journey from university classmates to a happily married couple. You and Jungkook stood close together, holding the knife with both hands. You looked at each other with love, then slowly cut the cake together. It was a sweet and special moment between you two. After a while, Jungkook surprised you with a gift, your favorite car. Your eyes widened with excitement and emotion as you hug him tightly. As the night winds down, guests began to leave, still talking about how beautiful the evening was. You and Jungkook head back home, hearts full and smiles wide. The next morning, you wake up feeling of tired and slightly nauseous. You push through the discomfort and head to the kitchen to prepare breakfast for Jungkook. He steps out dressed for the office and notices your pale face. "Are you okay?" he asks gently. You smile faintly and say, "I think I drank a little too much last night, just feeling off." "Alright, rest today. If you are still not feeling well in the evening, we will go for a checkup." He walks over, presses a soft kiss to your forehead, and leaves for work. In the afternoon, your phone rings. It's Jungkook. His voice is soft with concern as he asks, "How are you feeling now, my love?" You sigh, still the same, tired and a bit sick. There's a pause, then his tone turns gentle and warm. "Okay, I am coming home. My beautiful wife needs me," he says with a soft smile in his voice. "I have already booked an appointment with the doctor." You smile and reply, "Okay," feeling comforted by his care. You know how deeply Jungkook loves you. He can't bear to see you unwell. Soon Jungkook arrives home. You both head to the hospital. The checkup doesn't take long, and the doctor shares the news with a gentle smile. "You're pregnant." Tears of joy fill your eyes as you look at Jungkook. He is speechless at first, then hugs you tightly, whispering, "We are going to be parents." That night, the house fills with warmth again. You both invite close family for a small get together to share the wonderful news. There's laughter, hugs, and a new kind of happiness in the air, the beginning of another beautiful chapter in your love story. 1 month passes and life is filled with joy and tender moments. You and Jungkook are over the moon about the baby. Today is your monthly checkup. You call Jungkook to remind him. He picks up quickly, his voice warm but slightly rushed. "I remember, my love, but I am just about to enter a meeting. As soon as I am free, I will come straight to you. Please go with your mom, okay?" You smile, trying to ease his guilt. "It's alright, don't worry, I will manage. Please don't drive yourself," he adds quickly. "The weather's getting bad. Call the driver, okay?" You promise him you will be careful and call your mom, but she doesn't answer. Time is slipping away, only 30 minutes left. You hesitate for a moment, then decide to drive yourself, thinking it's just a quick trip. You head out into the cloudy weather and make your way to the hospital, but time passes, and you don't answer your phone when Jungkook tries to call. His worry turns to fear. He immediately calls your mom. "She did call," your mom says, "but I was busy and missed it. I tried calling back, but she didn't pick up." Jungkook's heart pounds. Something doesn't feel right. He grabs his car keys and rushes out of the office, speeding towards the hospital. As he drives, his phone rings again, an unknown number. He answers quickly. The voice on the other end is from the hospital. "There's been an accident. Your wife is in critical condition. She is in the operating room now." The phone nearly slips from his hand. He presses the accelerator harder, racing to the hospital. As soon as he arrives, he calls both your and his parents, barely holding himself together. He waits outside the operation room, hands shaking, eyes locked on the door. Two doctors suddenly rush inside. His heart sinks. Something feels wrong, deeply wrong. 15 minutes later, the doors open. One doctor steps out. "I am sorry," the doctor says gently. "We did everything we could. She didn't survive." Jungkook falls to the floor, the world around him fading. He can't hear anything, can't think. His heart breaks into pieces. The love of his life and his unborn child gone in a moment. Tears stream down his face as he sits in shock, unable to accept the reality. The woman who made his world bright, the child he was ready to love with all his heart, both lost, and in that silence, only his cries remain. Evening falls, and the sky mirrors everyone's sorrow. It begins to rain gently. Family and friends gather at the graveyard, their hearts heavy, their eyes filled with tears. But Jungkook, he is silent, hollow, broken beyond words. He stands beside your casket, soaked in rain, his eyes locked on it as if trying to freeze time. How could he say goodbye to you? His love, his best friend, his everything. The tears flow endlessly, but he doesn't wipe them. He doesn't move. The priest's voice breaks through the sound of the rain. Let us lay Mayan to rest. Jungkook's breath catches, his knees weaken. Is this really the last time he will see your face? The last time he can be near you? As the casket is lowered, something inside him shudders. He wants to scream, to stop it, to reverse time, but he can't. You are gone. One by one, people leave, whispering prayers and sorrowful goodbyes. But Jungkook stays. He kneels beside your grave, his hands pressed to the wet earth, his forehead resting against it. He doesn't speak, just sits there, letting the rain wash over him like a cold blanket. Hours pass, the sky turns dark, still he stays. Finally, Jimin, who has been waiting quietly, steps forward. Jungkook, it's time to go, he says softly. Jungkook doesn't respond. Jimin kneels beside him. Wine wouldn't want to see you like this. Please come home. Jungkook finally turns his head, eyes red and swollen, with a heavy heart. He nods slowly and stands. He goes home with Jimin, walks in without a word, and locks himself in his room. He sits down on the floor, the silence around him deafening, his chest aching with a grief too deep to name. And just like that, night passes, not with sleep, but with quiet pain and endless memories of you. 2 days pass and Jungkook remains in silence, barely eating, barely sleeping. The once bright spark in his eyes is gone, replaced by a hollow stare. Friends and family come by, trying to comfort him, but he hardly speaks. He simply listens, lost in a grief too deep for words. When the house finally empties and night falls again, Jungkook walks to the kitchen in silence. He pours himself a drink and sits alone on the sofa, staring at the floor, his voice a whisper to the silence. If there was a way to bring you back to me, Ryan, I would do it. Anything, everything. Tears fall again, but this time something shifts. A strange thought comes to him. Wild, impossible, but it won't leave his mind. What if someone could bring the dead back? He rushes to grab his laptop and starts searching frantically. Pages and articles flash across the screen. Most are nonsense, but one link catches his attention. His eyes freeze. Something about it feels different. Dark but real. A man known only by whispers. Someone who claims to bring back the dead. Jungkook copies the address, heart racing, and dives deeper into any information he can find. The entire night passes this way, not in mourning, but in desperate hope. By morning, he's made up his mind. He dresses quickly and drives to the address, an old, strange looking place. It's unclear whether it's a house, an office, or something else entirely. Jungkook knocks, the door creaks open, and a man stands there, eyes shadowed, face unreadable. Without a word, he gestures Jungkook to come in. They sit, the room is dark, quiet. The Jungkook speaks, voice shaking as he tells the man everything about you. The man listens silently, then he says in a low voice, yes, it's impossible, I can bring her back. A flicker of life returns to his soul, but listen carefully, the man continues. She may look like Ryan, she may speak like her, but she will not be the same. The dead do not return unchanged. Sometimes they become dangerous. But Jungkook doesn't hesitate. I don't care. I want her back. I will do anything. The man nods slowly. Then tonight, go to her grave. Dig it up. Bring her body to me. Jungkook agrees without a second thought. He leaves, goes home, and waits for night to fall. His heart heavy, his mind racing. Night falls, heavy and cold, but Jungkook is ready. He drives to the graveyard with trembling hands. As he stands in front of your grave, his mind is full of conflict. How can I do this? What if she is not the same? What if this is wrong? But one thought overpowers them all. I need her. With shaking hands, Jungkook begins to dig. He reaches the casket. His breath catches. The world feels still. He slowly opens it, and the sight of you breaks him again. Tears fall as he reaches in and gently touches your cold face. I am sorry, he whispers. Then, carefully, he lifts you into his arms and carries you to the car. He lays you down gently in the back seat and returns to close the grave, making sure everything looks untouched. Driving through the quiet, empty streets, he arrives once again at the strange man's place. The door opens before he even knocks. Jungkook brings you inside and lays you on a bed. The strange man looks at Jungkook with a serious, unreadable gaze. Go home now. Come back tomorrow night. It will be done. Jungkook doesn't want to leave, but finally, after a moment of hesitation, he nods and leaves. That night, back at home, he doesn't sleep, he doesn't eat, he just sits waiting, staring at the door, waiting for something, anything that tells him you will return. Next night, Jungkook's heart pounds in his chest as he drives. As he steps inside, breath shaky, the room feels heavier than ever, cold, dark, full of something unnatural. The man appears from the shadows and says, "Wait." Moments later, he returns and you walk behind him. Jungkook's breath catches. He freezes in place. You are walking on your own. He steps forward slowly, eyes wide, trying to believe what he is seeing. You are here, right in front of him, but something is wrong. Your skin is pale like porcelain, your eyes empty, no shine, no emotion, no light. You stand perfectly still like a statue, cold, lifeless. He reaches out and takes your hand. It's freezing, ice cold. Still, you don't react. The strange man speaks again, voice flat. "I told you, she's not the same. She returned, but what returned is not who you lost. I don't care, she's here. That's enough." Back home, he leads you into the bedroom. You sit on the bed quietly, motionless. Jungkook tries to talk. "Ryan, do you remember this place, our home?" No answer. He kneels in front of you, searching your eyes. "Do you feel okay? Do you remember me?" Still no reply. He sighs softly and gives you space, lying down on the bed beside you. For the first time since your death, his body relaxes. He feels peace because you are here. That's all that matters to him now. He falls asleep. But the next morning, the peace shatters. Jungkook wakes up and turns. Your side of the bed is empty. Panic shoots through him. He jumps up and runs out of the room, then freezes in place. There you are, standing by the window, still silent, staring outside. And there's a cat on the other side of the glass. Jungkook's heart twists because he knows how much you loved cats. They made your smile light up. "I will bring you back, not just your body, but you, your heart, your soul. I will do everything you loved, everything we shared. I won't give up." He turns on the LED screen and begins playing all the memories, the videos of your laughter, your marriage, your anniversary party. Your voice fills the room, soft and alive. You don't reply, you just sit there motionless watching. Jimin calls multiple times, but Jungkook ignores it. The day slips away in silence and memories. The next morning, Jungkook wakes up expecting to see you beside him, but your side of the bed is empty. Not again. He runs to the lounge. You are not there. Suddenly, a loud clank echoes from the kitchen. Jungkook pulls towards the sound and freezes. You stand there, dressed in fresh clothes, looking alive. You are cooking breakfast. The smell of eggs and toast fills the room like it used to. You turn to him with a warm, gentle voice. "You are up, everything's ready. Come eat." Jungkook's legs give out. Tears fall uncontrollably. He rushes to you and pulls you into a tight hug. And then you whisper, "Thank you for bringing me back." Jungkook stiffens. How does she know? But he doesn't question it. Not now. Not when you are here, warm, moving, talking, alive. The day passes like a dream. You and Jungkook talk, eat, laugh. You walk through the house, touch the photos on the walls. He watches you carefully, still unsure but hopeful. Evening comes. A knock at the door. Jungkook tenses. What if it's family? He opens the door slowly. "Hey, what's going on?" "You didn't answer my call since yesterday." Jungkook stammers. Jimin steps in, concerned. "Talk to me." But he stops. His eyes go wide. You are standing there, alive. Jimin's face goes pale. "What the hell, Ryan?" Jungkook steps between you both. "Please, don't overreact. I will explain everything." They sit down. Jungkook tells Jimin everything. Jimin listens in stern silence, shaking his head slowly. "Jungkook, this isn't right. What if it goes wrong? What if she's not really Ryan? You don't know what you have done." But Jungkook just looks at you. "Look at her. She's here. She's fine, just like before." He doesn't speak, but inside he knows something is off. But he also knows Jungkook won't listen. Not now. Not yet. So Jimmy stays silent, watching, waiting, because deep down he feels this isn't the end of the story. It's just the beginning. 3 peaceful days passed in quiet happiness. Jungkook finally felt like things were back to normal. He decided it was time to return to the office. The next morning, as you both sat at the breakfast table, Jungkook looked at you with concern. "Are you okay?" You smiled faintly. "Yeah, I'm just not hungry." He nodded gently. "Okay, but try to eat something later. Alright?" You gave a small nod and he left for work. That night, when he returned home, you were again quiet and untouched your dinner. "I'm still not feeling hungry," you murmured, eyes distant. Jungkook didn't push, but deep inside something twisted. Later, in bed, you didn't say a word, just turned your back and fell asleep. Jungkook struggled to rest, and around midnight, a sound woke him like something moving in the kitchen. He sat up slowly, thinking maybe you were finally hungry. But what he saw made the blood drain from his face. You were on the kitchen floor. You were tearing apart the cat from the window, eating it like a starving creature, like you hadn't eaten in weeks. Jungkook stood frozen, watching with wide, horrified eyes. You didn't notice him. Quietly, he backed away, returned to the bedroom, and lay down, eyes wide open, heart racing. Minutes later, he heard your footsteps. You entered the room softly and paused, checking if he was asleep. He didn't move. You lay down. Jungkook didn't sleep a second that night. The next morning he acted normal, like nothing happened, but now he understood you didn't want food, you needed meat, fresh meat. He left home early and returned with bags of raw meat, put it in the fridge, smiled and said, I brought this for you, you can make whatever you want with it. To Jungkook this was peace, but somewhere deep down, a shadow always whispered, what happens when meat isn't enough? Many days passed like a quiet dream. He couldn't hide you forever, so eventually he told your family everything. At first, they was horrified, confused, scared, even angry. But when they saw you, quiet and calm, moving gently through the house, they said nothing. A month passed. One quiet afternoon, Jungkook and Jimin sat in the lounge and laughing over old stories. You came in with a tray, placed it carefully on the table. Jungkook reached for a cup, but it slipped from his finger, crashing to the floor in pieces. You rushed forward to clean up, but Jungkook quickly grabbed your wrist. Don't, your hand might get hurt. He crouched down and started gathering the sharp shards. One jagged piece nicked his finger. Damn it, he muttered. Watching the blood drip, you immediately grabbed his hand. Be careful, you whispered. Your voice was soft, different. You left and quickly returned with the first aid kit, cleaned his skirt, wrapped a bandage neatly. Jungkook stood and walked to the bathroom to wash the remaining blood from his hand. Jimmy sat in the lounge quiet, then something caught his eye. You were standing alone in the hallway, your back half turned. Slowly you lifted your hand and licked your finger, the one with Jungkook's blood. Jimin's stomach dropped. He stared frozen. Your tongue moved slowly, your face blank, eyes unreadable. Jungkook came back from the bathroom and noticed Jimin's stiff expression. You okay? He asked. Jimin hesitated, then leaned in slightly. She licked your blood from her finger, Jimin whispered. I started toward the hallway. That's not normal. You know it, be careful. I don't know what she is, but she's not the same. Jungkook's jaw tightened, but he forced a smile. She is fine, Jimin, just adjusting. Jimin stared at him a moment longer, then nodded, but his eyes said nothing else. You are in danger. You just don't want to see it. Jimin left the home quietly. The next day, Jungkook began to notice the change more clearly. Your eyes were darker now, not just in color, but in depth, like something else lived behind them. But he didn't say anything. Jungkook remembered Jimin's word. She licked your blood. She is not normal. Jungkook walked to the kitchen and opened the fridge. The meat was untouched, still wrapped. It had been 4 days. Unusually, every 2 or 3rd day, you needed it, demanded it. But now nothing. His chest tightened with dread. Something had changed again, and not for the better. He closed the fridge slowly. Then you appeared in the hallway. Jungkook, is everything okay? You asked. Jungkook blinked quickly, then forced a smile. No love, everything's fine. You hugged him gently. The days passed quietly. That night, Jungkook lay beside you, trying to fall asleep, but the tension in his chest never left. He turned over and froze. You were sitting upright, just inches away, staring directly at him. Your dark, empty eyes locked into his. Unmoving, Jungkook sat up quickly, heart racing. Ryan, are you okay? You didn't answer. He hesitated, then gently touched your shoulder. You blinked and suddenly the strange blankness faded. You looked around and softly asked what happened. Jungkook quickly masked his fear. Nothing, I just woke up to get some water. You should sleep. You nodded and lay back down. Closing your eyes, Jungkook quietly stepped out of the room and into the kitchen. He poured himself a drink, hand trembling slightly. As he leaned on the counter, sipping slowly, one thought echoed in his mind. Something isn't right, and it's getting worse. The next morning, Jungkook woke up with a heavy heart, but masked it with a soft smile. At the breakfast table, he acted normal, just like every other day, but he couldn't ignore one thing. You hadn't eaten anything, not last night, not now. His mind flashed back to what he saw. Joe in the kitchen on the floor, devouring a cat like it was your first meal in days. Jungkook's chest tightened. Still, he got up from the table, walked over to you, and wrapped his arm around you tightly. He kissed your forehead like everything was okay. I will see you tonight, love, he whispered. You smiled, but it wasn't the kind of smile that brought warmth. It felt off. Jungkook stepped out of the house, walked to his car, and sat in silence for a long moment. Then he grabbed his phone and called Jimin. Come to my office, I need to talk. It's about her. A little while later, Jimin sat across from Jungkook. Worry written across his face, Jungkook told him everything, starting from how he brought you back to the strange behavior, the untouched meat, and the cat. And now she hasn't eaten in days, Jungkook whispered. Last night she just sat up and stared at me, no blinking, nothing, like something else. Jimmy leaned forward. Jungkook, I think it's happening. She tasted your blood. She's changing. You might not be safe anymore. Jungkook lowered his gaze, lips trembling. If anything happens to me, if she ever loses control, he hesitated, swallowed hard. Kill her. His voice cracked. A tear fell down his cheek. Jimmy looked down. I hope it never comes to that. That night, Jungkook returned home, but what he saw left him stunned. You stood at the entrance, smiling brightly. Your skin looked warm again, your eyes softer. Welcome home, my love. You said sweetly, I made dinner for us. Go get freshened up. Yeah, I will right back. He walked to the bedroom, changed clothes, and then quietly made his way to the kitchen. He acted like he was coming to help with food, but his eyes went straight to the fridge. He opened it empty. All the meat was gone. He let out a breath of quiet relief. So she ate. That's why she is back to normal. He turned to look at you, now sitting at the table with a soft hum. You look peaceful, almost like the girl he fell in love with all over again. Jungkook smiled faintly and sat at the table beside you. Dinner felt warm again. After dinner, you both curled up on the couch in the lounge, choosing an old movie you used to love. Halfway through the film, Jungkook stood up. I will get a drink, he said softly. He stepped into the kitchen, poured himself a glass, but he as turned to leave, something caught his eye, a large plastic bag, half hidden under the lower shelf. He crouched down and pulled it out. Inside were the bags of meat he had brought for you days ago, untouched, sealed. Jungkook froze. Then why were you acting normal? His heart began to pound. You had pretended to eat, to smile, to love, but something inside you was changing, and now he knew. Silently, he grabbed a kitchen knife and tucked it behind his back. Then he unlocked the back kitchen door. Just in case, he pulled out his phone and sent a message to Jimin. Come fast, something wrong. Kitchen back door is open. Then with a heavy heart, Jungkook returned to the lounge. Hidden every trace of fear, he sat beside you, pretending everything was okay. Moments later, you excused yourself to the bathroom. Jungkook stared blankly at the screen, mind racing. 5 minutes passed. Then he caught a reflection in the screen of the LED. You were behind him. Jungkook turned slowly. Your eyes were pitch black, your skin pale, your expression empty. Ryan, he whispered. Without warning, you lunged at him. A scream tore from his chest as he pushed you off and ran to the bedroom. Slamming the door behind him, he locked it, breathing heavily, but within seconds, you began pounding the door with unnatural strength. Ryan, stop please, Jungkook screamed, voice trembling, but you weren't Ryan, not anymore. Jungkook pulled the knife from behind his back, hands shaking. He didn't want to use it. He couldn't, but you lunged again like a predator. Just then, the door burst open. Jimin, he swung a heavy object at your head. Nothing. You turned on him, growling low, and knocked him to the ground. Jimin screamed as you loomed over him. Ryan, Jungkook yelled. You passed barely. Then, bang! The loud crack of fire. You stumbled, clutching your chest. Jungkook stood behind you, his father's gun in his hand, tears pouring down his face. You looked at him for a moment, your eyes softened, and then you collapsed. Jimin gasped for breath. Jungkook dropped his knees. I am sorry, I am so sorry. Jungkook cried, holding your lifeless form. Jimin knelt beside him, pulling him into a tight hug. Later that night, with trembling hands and shuddered hearts, Jungkook and Jimin took your body back to the graveyard. They dug up your resting place once more and gently lowered you in. No rituals, no priest, just silence and sorrow. This time it was goodbye for real. The days that followed were heavy. Jungkook said little. He barely slept, barely ate, but this time he knew you had died 5 months ago. What came back wasn't you. He moved back in with his family. Time passed. Days, months, then years. His smile returned slowly. He laughed again. He lived. But deep down, a part of him stayed there, in the graveyard. On that final night, he never married. He never forgot. He lived with your memories, locked away in his heart where the real you would always stay. When love crosses the line between life and death, it no longer saves, it hunts. Some goodbyes are meant to last forever, no matter how much the heart begs to hold on.